would you consider the following? One is a ban on plastic grocery bags. Two is recycling plastic bags, all those New York Times bags that I see like on that strip on the sidewalk are not there. And also recycling bins at the train station, paper recycling, because I see people getting off the trains and just putting their afternoon paper in the garbage.
Well, here's 1 week's worth of plastic bags that I just got from my house, and this is what the problem is in Montclair and the world. Yes, we do support that, and I think that we really have to move forward. I spent part of Saturday going through the stream in Bonsall Preserve, and I was pulling out plastic bags everywhere. It's a major problem, the one we must address, and the Unity Montclair will do it through voluntary cooperation with the supermarkets. Tax it as possible, but there's got to be some answer because this is getting to be impossible. Thank you.
Absolutely, I cannot stand those plastic bags. I detest them. And I would support a ban on the bags, but you have to do it, as Jerry Tobin said, in conjunction with the supermarkets and businesses. They have to come on board to it too. So yes, I would absolutely support a ban on them.
Ban the supermarkets in Montclair from using plastic bags?
I don't know. As I said, you would have to do it in conjunction with the business community. I would absolutely support a ban on it. And no doubt support a ban.
My answer is that if it is legal, I would be entirely in favor of it. But because something is legal in Seattle does not mean that the township municipality has that authority. Our authority comes from the state. There are many things that this town council would like to do that we're told we're not able to because we are not empowered by the state of New Jersey. The reason we don't, and this happens on a regular basis, now the prohibition on tearing down houses is something that Joyce Michelson took the lead on, that we invented. We don't know if it's going to hold up in court. We don't really have that authority, but we hope we'll sort it out. But we don't know. But regarding the other suggestion, which was the recycling at the train stations, absolutely. We should do that immediately. And I would like to point out that the recycling in some of our parks was due to Robin Schlager, who was the leader in that.
Absolutely. In favor of getting rid of all the plastic bags. I know that I bring them home from the grocery store on occasion, and I have a recycling bin in my kitchen where I reuse them. I also use the New York Times bags when I walk my dog. And what Councilor Fryer suggested was that in most of our parks we now have a receptacle for trash and a receptacle for cans and bottles. Many of you who have used our parks for sporting events on Sunday afternoons, a lot of the garbage bills are overflowed with Gatorade bottles and water bottles, and it's very upsetting. But a phase out of the plastic bags might take a while. I hope that we would encourage the local supermarkets, grocery stores to use paper. I also a tax, to put a tax on the already growing high cost of going to the market in a day and age where we are facing a recession, to make the cost of buying food higher is something I don't think that I'm willing to do at this time.
Well, for right Montclair would be for a ban on plastic bags or even a tax. And I think the purpose of the tax would be for people not to use the bags. That would encourage not using them as opposed to making the food bill higher. But Jerry, I hope you're going to do something environmentally friendly with those bags that you brought here. And as far as the recycling paper at the New Jersey transit stations, I think that we should look at the New Jersey Transit putting those receptacles there so that the town doesn't have to pay for it.
I just want to add one thing to what Robin just said. A tax on the bags would just be passed along to the consumers, probably from the supermarket, so that's something we have to consider.
I just wanted to make aware to everyone that this subject matter has a lot to do with awareness. Awareness. Forget about just education. And with regards to that, it doesn't have to do with plastic bags, it has to do with paper bags. The encouragement has to do with utilizing reusable bags every time you go. So whether it's using paper for trees or using plastic, the point is maybe taxation would be an excellent idea to encourage more canvas bag use. Moreover, I think not just the bins in the railroad areas, but also all over town. And working with Gray, we can encourage
10 seconds.
more recycling areas in our local areas, whether it be the Church Street area or all over town. And the more awareness we have to all of our citizens, the better we'll have in making it a more sustainable town.
I just wanted to ask, I wanted to make sure the leaf blower question got asked because I think it's very important, not only to the environment and the air quality, but the air quality and the noise pollution that's within several blocks radius of any time 6 leaf blowers are being used at one time. People who are working from home, children who are sleeping, etc. I'd just like to know if there's anybody up here today who, if elected, plans to actually take serious steps to address the leaf blower issue.
We support a ban, and ultimately we support a ban on leaf blowing, but initially, right away, we see no reason why the Maplewood ordinance, which requires easily available low noise leaf blowers and low polluting leaf blowers, we see no reason why that should be.
Moving Montclair forward, yes, I would certainly support a ban on leaf blowers. In addition, as a healthcare provider, I'm concerned not only about the hearing effect, but also the obesity rates here in Montclair. And by doing old school, such as myself, getting that rake out, I think that'll also help. Montclair has become overgrown with landscapers. And we just have too many, and they keep going and keep going and keep going. I would aggressively support.
I support the Maplewood ordinance, but I think the most important thing right now is that we have to add 2 more code enforcement officers. 4 code enforcement officers for all the codes simply means that only if you rat on your neighbor does anything happen. Because there's nobody out there looking to see who is violating and abusing things.
Obviously, 90% or 95% of the people in town don't know what the Maplewood ordinance might be, nor do we come here to hear certain ordinance get recited. Obviously, if we can have electric leaf blowers, or we can have paper bags instead of plastic, to do whatever we can do in which to make Montclair a better place to live, I think would be very important.
Yes and no answer to the question. Would you
obviously, yes, if we can have electric leaf blowers, it would be the best thing.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
The Pride Montclair would support modifying the current use of leaf blowers before you explore a total ban, because it's a little steep step to take in the first instance. You could certainly mandate lower decibel leaf blowers, but another alternative is to zone out the town so that instead of being exposed to leaf blower noise both on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday, perhaps every other day of the week, you'll know that in your section of town, the only time a leaf blower can be utilized is a certain day of the week. And you can work together with all the landscapers, everyone's together on board, and we can dissipate the noise problem with that.